This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you're talking about at BYU-Idaho. Today's hosts are me, Nina Shakin, John McSwain, Jared Webster, and Colin Dupuis. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts.
How's it going, guys? This is The Spot Podcast, and we're about to do a live episode for y'all. I know that the semester is coming to a close, and what does that mean? Yeah, it means finals are coming up. I know, boo, right? No one likes finals. I don't know what you guys think, but whenever I think about finals, it just makes me really nervous because, you know, you got all these assignments you're doing all year long, and it feels like it's not anything compared to what the final grade is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's really stressful for me.
Yeah,
at least.
Same. Always.
I got like 5 projects going, couple essays due, so I know everyone else should be stressed. I see a lot of people studying right now, so we might be interrupting a little bit.
I'm actually chilling this semester because I'm not taking classes, so it's been kind of fun to sit and watch people do finals from the outside.
Right.
Yeah,
luckily I haven't had many finals. I only have like 2 real classes besides like practicums, so I'm chilling too, but that's not always been the case, so.
Yeah, it makes things significantly easier.
For sure. Cool. Well, just to kind of go into it a little bit, if you guys want to participate too, we're going to do a quick poll. We'll have a poll up here on the screen. Sorry, let's see.
Yeah, so we're going to be asking questions throughout this episode. So if you guys want to vote on what you guys think is most important or whatever the question is, you guys can vote and you guys can see amongst you guys what's the biggest consensus as to what's going on. So we have our first question for you guys actually, which is, so like we said before, finals are pretty stressful. So on a scale like 1 to 10 for you guys, how stressed do you get when finals approach?
Yeah, and that's for this semester too. So just you can go to slido.com, put that code in real fast. And that's the question, 1 to 10, how stressed are you? And then we'll give you guys a few minutes. We can go over the results, but we mostly just want to gauge because everyone's different. I mean, everyone has different stress levels during the semester. So.
I mean, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed are you for finals?
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm a full 10 right now.
You're 13.
Needs to come down a little bit. I think within a week or so, hopefully, I go down to about 5.
So for me, I've always been pretty lucky for myself when it comes to finals. Like usually only 1 or 2 classes will have an actual final. So, and this is the same case. So I only have 1 class that's having a set test final. So I'm not that stressed out. I'm probably at like a 4 myself. I don't know about you, Colin.
Honestly, I'm pretty low as well. I'm not really all that stressed. My hardest classes right now are my 2 main classes. I only have 2 classes and 2 practicums. So luckily this semester is my last semester, so it's a miracle that I only have I only have for real.
So
only 2 more
Is the
finals,
radio
so.
practicum not stressing you out for
not
finals?
Not at all. It's my least stressful class. This has been great. Working on the podcast has been amazing. So not at all stressed. Just looking at our poll here, it looks like
I'm seeing a whole lot of 1s, which is
we're seeing a lot of
really
ones.
surprising me. Yeah, some of
So
y'all
you guys are just
chill.
taking it easy, just chilling, huh? Good for you. That means
Yeah.
you guys know what you're doing, or you guys don't care. Hopefully it's because you guys know what you're doing.
Maybe a little bit of both. 3 jumped up.
Where else we got? Oh, but we do. So next up we do have 3, but then it jumps right up to 10. So there are still a few amount of people that are pretty stressed out.
No 2s, 8s, and 4s. No mid ground. It's mostly on one end or the other.
It's either you're not stressed at all or you're completely stressed out. No in between.
So John is at a 10 right now. We were going to talk a little bit about when you're at a 10 stress level. How do you deal with that, guys?
So you kind of just got to deal with it day by day, really. My problem is just really being able to stay focused and stay on top of my assignments and projects. I'm checking the dashboard every day, every second. And then, otherwise you kind of just have to give yourself that breather, watch some Netflix or play some games. We got some cool games over here. We got pool tables and stuff like that. You got to give yourself a break in between all the craziness, I think. Yeah. Or it's just going to build up. And that's no good. It leads to depression and things like that. It's just no fun.
Personally, I'm a list person, so I don't have any classes right now, but when I do, before I even start studying for finals week, I have to make a plan 2 weeks ahead of what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. And I put it all in a calendar. I have to-do lists for every single day 2 weeks ahead, and that is the only way that I can manage my stress during finals.
Yeah. Just trying to gauge your time. What time do I have to put into doing my schoolwork? What kind of time can I put into blowing off steam? Because you need to, all work and no play is rough, So trying to level out that time, meter it out, I think it's really important.
So I don't know if everyone here knows, but there's actually quite a few resources available to students to help out for not even just for finals, but just for studying in general. So I'm sure there's quite a few amount of people out there that know that there's a tutoring center, but there's specific areas in each of the tutoring center rooms. There's the reading center, there's the math one, there's a writing lab and all that stuff. But I've never used it. I don't know if you guys have had opportunities to use it yourselves and you want to talk about it.
I haven't used any of them in particular, but I think the Reading Center is one to kind of point out because the title's a bit misleading. So the Reading Center, you can get a study buddy, you can get someone up there. Someone will just sit with you quietly while you do your homework. They can help you with a study plan. So if you're feeling stressed about studying or a class or finals, I would book it to the Reading Center if I were y'all.
Honestly, I didn't use the tutoring center too often when I first got here, but my wife kind of twisted my arm at one point because I was really stressed out. I was like, how am I going to deal with this homework, especially math? I'm terrible with math. The second I started going, man, it really just changes your stress levels because, you have all these students that are incredibly smart on this campus that all know how to do this stuff really well. So, take advantage of it. I just want to point out, too, right before he closes poll, 10 took over. So we're now at a full 10 for everybody.
Let's
so
go. Stress.
Yeah.
All right.
I was worried there for a second. I was like, obviously our students are not. Maybe that's good. I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's bad.
It means you guys care about your education.
Yeah, at least that much.
So you're saying that you didn't take advantage of the tutoring center? You're
didn't.
Almost out of here, right?
I'm almost out of here. It took me a while
man.
to really take advantage of it.
Yeah.
When I finally did, I was glad I did.
Okay.
Because, man, it makes a difference.
Yeah, I think I lived at the math center.
Yeah. The math tutoring center? Yeah.
Especially it was math in the real world.
Yes.
And,
that's why I went.
Yeah, not my thing, not my
No.
go-to. But the tutors are so helpful. And then I think we also should mention that there's counseling services above the student health center. So if you guys are going through some stuff and really need to talk to someone, I recommend going to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Student counseling center. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Free to talk to someone. Get your problems out. Do it.
Yeah. And now that I figured out how to use Slido correctly, let's go and do another one of these guys. So this is another question here. So for this one, for poll number 2, I want to ask you guys how you guys deal with your stress. Just throw up anything that you guys do to deal with stress, something that might help somebody else. Any ideas are useful. So start throwing them up there, and we'll kind of comment on them. Of course, keep it clean, of course. But what else do you guys do to kind of beat the stress? Because, it's rough sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, no, so we gave you some ideas already, so tutoring center and maybe playing some games, but there might be some stuff that we might have missed. So go ahead and tell us what you guys do that you have done or that you want to do, So go ahead and just give us some ideas.
Someone asked what stress. I don't know what classes you're taking, but I want to change my major to whatever you're taking.
Yeah, for real. What else we got?
I cry every time too, so whoever said
Mostly
that.
just cry.
Thanks for
I think
being
we
real.
all can relate to that. Where you're just kind of sitting in your desk, you're like, I think I'm going to drop out. I think this is it.
I remember actually one finals week in particular, I was having a really tough time, and I set a timer on my phone, cried for 10 minutes, and then went back to what I was doing. So
Scheduled
if
crying.
you don't have a lot of time for crying, you just gotta fit it in there sometimes.
That's the most student thing I've ever heard. Scheduled crying
Yeah,
time.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
which is fine. Eventually, you need stuff like that. Someone says eat, cry, but it all works out. It's true. It all works out, and that's the most important thing.
Hey, working out, I see that. So that, yeah, dude, when you get all that pent up stress and aggression, I feel that. I mean, I don't go as often as I should, but I definitely, when you're just whatever it is you do for working out, yeah, I definitely feel that one. I feel that one needs to get pointed out a lot more. So
I think for me, guys, when I'm really stressed about finals, I just tell myself, okay, in 2 more weeks, I have a break.
Right.
Okay, we've got a break coming up, summer break. I'm excited. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm just pumped. We're thinking about it, and I'm ready to move to summer.
I'm pumped. I'm already on the beach. I'm mindset.
You're already there.
I'm
you
there.
just put the homework away.
I'm listening to waves.
Yeah, in my head, for sure.
That's on my playlist. Waves on the beach.
Waves on the beach.
Is that how you study?
That's it.
That's how you study.
I like this response we got right here. So it says, I thrive in my own sanctum. In other words, taking breaks when I need and listening to my body. So I like that part at the end. It's just listening to yourself,
Yeah.
Your body tells you what you need. So if it's I needed to get some food real quick, you've been just so at it, just take a break and eat some food, because that's what's going to help you in the long run. So I like that answer a lot.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to listen to your body, listen to your mind. Take breaks if you need to. It's okay.
Sometimes my body just tells me to drink a Monster. I need that energy.
Lots of
need
caffeine.
That lift.
That one works. Awesome.
Sometimes you can't listen to your body, Yeah. Just tell you the wrong things.
That's true. And it says, too, knuckle down and do it. Sometimes you just got to knuckle down and do it. Schedule that time even though you don't want to, and just study and knock it out.
Yeah, that's me all the time. Just I don't want to ever do it, but your grade depends on it, so you just got to do it. So.
Awesome. I guess we can go and jump over and start talking about summer plans now, because now once finals are over next week or the week after, summer's here. So let's start jumping and talking about that.
Yeah, guys. I'm excited for summer. I don't know about you guys. I'm personally getting out of Rexburg, so I'm going to Arizona. But I know that there are a lot of fun things to do here in spring, summertime. What are they?
Well, when it gets to summertime, you're finally able to do all the stuff you couldn't do in the winter. So I'm winter spring myself. So in the winter, there's always snow outside. It's too cold to go play some sports, whatever. But I don't know if you guys ever been to any of the parks out there, but they're always playing volleyball or spike ball or something like that. And that's what I like to do. Is I want to go outside and play some games or something like that. Maybe not spike ball, but I like basketball myself. But that's what I like to do.
Well, I actually have another Slido here for you guys. Different code. You just want to scan the code or go to Slido, put that in. We have another poll here that's just what is the best thing to do in the summer in Rexburg. I know not everyone stays in the summer. Some of us have, and there's some things to do, mostly outside. But just based off of what we have up here, what is the best thing to do in Rexburg during the summer? We got Hammock in the Park, Rexburg Rapids, Rigby Lake, Warm Slow, and of course we had to add Bear World on there because I'm genuinely curious. Who likes Bear World?
Who goes to Bear World? We want to know.
I think we have some people out there, so we'll see what happens.
Who's feeding into that scam?
You can't skew them before they vote.
That's true. That's against the voting laws there, John. So far, we're 50-50 on Hammock and Warm Slow.
Your opinion
Personally,
still matters no matter what.
Personally, myself, I love Warm Slow.
So I don't know if I've ever been.
I love it too.
What is Warm Slow exactly for?
So for anyone that doesn't know, because maybe people don't know, Warm Slow is just a river that you can float. It's just right out of Rexburg. It's just a 20-minute drive. You just park at one end, you float down for an hour. You get back, you just walk back down to your car. It's fun. It's just floating a river. So if you like floating rivers or just being outside, soaking up the sun, it's a fun time. I really love it.
I will say that the name is a little deceiving. That water is ice cold. Anytime
Actually,
I've
that's
ever
true.
been in it, it's ice cold. I mean, maybe it's warmer than the other melted ice runoff here in Rexburg, but...
I actually learned why it's called that recently. Yeah, so I was always confused with that name too, and I was like venting about it the other day. I was like, man, why do they call it that? It's so cold. Apparently, it's because it stays the same temperature year round. So even in the dead of winter, it's still the same temperature because it is like runoff water. Apparently, I heard that from an Idahoan, so I don't know if that's true or not. But
So the freezing ice water remains freezing in the summer. Is
Yeah,
what they're
so-
trying to say.
I mean, I would never go into
Doesn't really make
I
it
would never
better.
go in water in the winter to find out. So
Yeah, I'm not
I'll
trying
take
to
the word
test
for it.
that theory, but
some person from Idaho decided to test it. So
somebody did say Bear World. The other ones
Let's
didn't even get
go.
voted on.
Yeah, someone did
so
say Bear
apparently
World.
Bear World is better than Rexburg Rapids. It only costs $6.25 to get into Rexburg Rapids. We're talking $50 a car at Bear World.
that's
So
true.
I'm a little surprised
extra
by
cost.
that pick.
Yeah, 'cause you can pay like a little extra to like take pictures with like baby bears. It's just a little too.
Yeah, if you want
If you
any
want
of
to
the
feed
real
him, you can pay $70 more
experiences.
dollars.
Yeah.
seems a little not cool to me, but that's just my own opinion.
Or you can see most of the animals by driving by on the highway.
True.
Also, I know that Rigby Lake gets like really busy, but I like going there. I don't know about you guys, but they've got paddle boards. They've got those
Yeah, the renting for that.
like
Yeah.
pedal boats and stuff. I think it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, according to our survey, what you guys are saying is that hammocking in the park seems to be the most popular,
The most popular thing.
and I see it. I have my own brother is one of them. He just like, I'm gonna go take my hammock and that's it, like nothing else.
That's the part I don't get about hammocking. What do you do once you're in the hammock?
Okay, so I will
You
say
sleep. Okay. So
there's some-
sleeping is our favorite thing to do in Rexburg during
low
the summer.
key a little bit. It kind of fits. I will say
Okay.
there are a such thing as a, and my brother-in-law has one. It's like a, I think it's a 6-man hammock. I know that sounds weird, but what it is it almost looks like a trampoline when you put it up.
Oh.
It's this big hammock that you like put between like 3-4 trees, and then you like spread it out, and it's like designed where like 2 people in each one. Basically, just like a giant hammock, everyone kind of chilling, and you can like play cards up there. It's fun. It's,
That sounds pretty fun.
they're
Yeah.
rare. He bought it at like the ORC sale. So
I bought a tent at that sale. It's a great sale.
It's a great
Yeah.
sale. I don't know if we should just go and plug them real fast. ORC is amazing.
Yeah, ORC is great.
I think you can actually get hammocks at the ORC. So there you go.
Yeah, there are a lot of things there.
We found a way to
so-
connect it. Cool. Well, kind of go into what you guys are specifically planning. We have another poll here, and that's just what is your summer plans? We all have different plans. People do different things. If you're not staying here, what are you doing? You know.
What y'all doing?
While we're waiting, what are you guys planning on doing this summer?
So I'm moving to Arizona. So it's going to be really hot there. So I'm not.
Heat it.
That's my problem. Is I love to do things outside, and I think I'm going from one extreme to the other. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle the 100-degree summers there, but I'm definitely planning on going swimming on a regular basis. So, yeah.
For sure. I'm moving to Houston myself in the
Okay,
summer.
so it's pretty hot there too.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I think there's a drought there right now. My parents live on this property, and they have a pond there, and it's completely just empty because of the heat. So I'm like a little dreading it. I'm probably gonna take a lot of trips. There's an island off of the coast of Houston or of Texas. I say Houston. It's close to Houston, Galveston. So I'll probably go there and just hang out in the water.
I like Galveston a lot, although I gotta say the beaches there are not my favorite beaches I've ever been to.
Yeah, some of them aren't great. If you go to like the Surfside or like I think there's one called like Crystal Beach, they're a little nicer. The problem though is like if it's like dead of summer, low key that like ocean feels like bath water sometimes.
Really?
It is not great. Like it's hot outside and you get in the water and it's like the same temperature.
So you're hot tubbing in the ocean with the salt.
Essentially.
It's cleaner, I think, than a normal hot tub. I'll give it that. So.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, we can
That's the
we can
hope.
only hope at the
Sometimes
state.
Galveston ebbs and flows. So
I want to point out one of the responses we just got, which is still planning my summer. So, but that leads me to like say some of the best plans are no plans at all. So like sometimes you're just
True.
kind of hanging out,
Go with
and
the
then
flow.
something happens or pops up, and you're like, I guess I'll do that. And sometimes that's like one of the best times you can ever have. It's just some spontaneous plan. So I like that one myself. But
Someone said gardening. I think that is pretty cool, actually. I like weeding gardens. I think it's a really fun, rewarding activity. People always make fun of me
Yeah.
for it. I think
No,
it's
it
super
is.
fun.
I mean, someone put mowing the lawn. They put shirtless on there, and I don't think we need to necessarily comment on that. But I do actually like mowing lawns.
It's
That
kind
is
of a
actually really
relaxing
fun.
activity.
It is.
So.
It's something very satisfying about just like looking back and like, especially you get the lines nice and like straight, and you look at your lawn, it's like, you're like, ooh, I did that, you know?
There's definitely a satisfaction to it for sure.
Yeah. Well, I am definitely not doing any laboring. I'm going back east, going to Jersey. My friends garden, so I have fun look at them laboring and doing stuff like that and appreciate, give them some comments. I am just going to be on the beach all day, chilling with family, miss family, need that in my life, and hanging with friends, listening to music, concerts. Concerts.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody going to any good concerts? Planning on it.
That's when they happen.
We
is all
need
in the
music
summer.
in our lives every day. So,
and there are bands in Rexburg that
yeah.
play here. Like, there's definitely a music scene. If you guys think there's not, there definitely is. You just got to kind of seek it out. So if you're trying to go to some concerts just locally this summer, there are definitely shows available.
I see concerts at Porter Park ever so often.
There are
There's
some there every
always
so often,
people there.
and they're playing at other venues too. So
Yeah. I don't know if there's any shows over the summer at the Snow Building, but I
I'm
know
not
there's
sure.
some great concerts that
Could
go on
probably
throughout
check.
the semesters.
Yeah, you could probably check I Belong for that one.
Yeah.
I wanted just to go ahead and point out, since someone said going to Dubai and going to Hawaii.
Yeah, big vacations. I
Dang.
see
Who's
you out
going
there.
to
I see
Dubai?
you.
I know, I'm
my
jealous.
It's like I'm saying the States, so good for you.
Yeah.
Stunting.
Like, daggum.
Yeah, so congratulations. Maybe one day I'll be able to do something like that, but not now. Not now.
Yeah, there definitely is there's no winners here, but whoever said Hawaii and Dubai, you kind of won, so congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if
Crushes.
you're staying here in Rexburg, there's stuff to do, but if not, I mean,
I
obviously
mean,
there's-
Dubai is better. So
Yeah, Dubai is a little better.
But
Yeah.
there are things to do in Rexburg. Like, I've been here in the summer before, and honestly, I think my best times I've had in college were just in the summer in Rexburg with my
Yeah.
friends. Like, whether you're hammocking, like doing bonfires, trying to find someone's house that has air conditioning. It's a great bonding experience. It's super fun. I
feel
don't
like
know.
it's-
I've had a good time here.
I think it's underrated.
It
Summers in
is.
Rexburg.
I think summer in Rexburg is underrated.
You
yeah.
can go to Walmart and it's actually stocked.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are things at Walmart in the summer.
I know, it's wild. I know you might think that Walmart never has anything ever, but man, in the summer it's like you get your pick of anything.
If you
Summer
want great
deals?
value, you can buy it in the summer. So
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, so I'd say it's underrated. So if you're like on the fence about just like trying it out, just to see what summer's like in Rexburg, it's fun. There's definitely things to do. I mean, if you don't want to stick around in Rexburg all the time, just run to
Yellowstone.
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 Yeah, it's like an hour and a half
Idaho
drive.
Falls, always has
Grand
something.
Teton.
Yeah.
Go to Salt Lake City. I know that's technically not Idaho Falls or Idaho or Rexburg, but I mean it's close. So there's definitely things you can go do. So just
There are
want to say that.
places to
It's-
go, people to see, things
Yeah.
to do in Rexburg when it's hot.
But yeah, thanks. Thanks guys for listening in on our live episode. We are the Spot Podcast again for those listening. We have this QR code right here, so you guys can stay tuned. We have Instagram for BYU Radio, and we'll have some updates there. So thanks again.
You've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were me, Nina Shakin, John McSwain, Jared Webster, and Colin Dupuis. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts.